what are you supposed to do? Go up to the dog and go, what gender is the trans dog in the tutu?
Apologies if anyone's offended by the language. But there we go. I have to say, there's a piece of information here from our gallery, Mr. Menno. Can someone please ask Mr. Menno to stop overdressing for the show? Nice to see you.
Well, for me, it's Dress Down Friday every day. But
it is absolutely fantastic. If you're only listening to it, you're missing a treat, Mr. Menno. You are an absolute legend. What are your gender woo stories that you've got for us? Which will probably simply add fuel to the fire.
Well, one of the main ones is the story about the gender fluid sausage dog. Did you hear about that one? I mean, we're laughing and it sounds mad, but a woman actually lost her job over this and now has to find another. You know, she won a case because she took it to a tribunal. But basically, there was a guy in the park with his sausage dog that he dresses up in a tutu to encourage conversations with other people in the park about how his sausage dog is gender fluid. So it's a conversation starter about gender and pronouns. Anyways, apparently somebody misgendered the dog. He got very upset. Now, he works for Cambridge County Council, as does this friend of mine. And in an LGBT plus support group or peer group, from Cambridge County Council, he was saying, "Oh, my dog got misgendered in the park," which led to my friend saying a few things about what she thinks about pronouns. And then she got called in for, an informal meeting. That then led to her being accused of transphobia. And it became a formal investigation. And then she was given management instructions to basically leave her position in a diversity network. That was like a voluntary thing. She wasn't allowed to attend LGBT plus events. And she had to be mindful to respect other people's opinions, which is hilarious because she expressed an opinion which they didn't tolerate. But this was very stressful. So she went on sick leave and then basically decided to take legal action. And the day of the tribunal, which was the end of July, basically Cambridge County Council said we were the ones in the wrong. Will we accept that we discriminated against you? So it starts with a sausage dog with a tutu in a park, and it leads to all this months and months and months. It's been dragging on for over a year.
It's ridiculous. The problem with it is this like central focus on people's sexual identity. It's not the first thing I care about when I meet people, but now you even have to be careful in case you offend a sausage dog. How dare you call it a sausage dog? It could be offended.
And she didn't even say anything about the sausage dog. It was somebody in the park misgendering the sausage dog. It's like, what are you supposed to do? Go up to the dog and go, what gender is the trans dog in the tutu?
You could pick it up, I suppose.
But then you can't judge on that because, genitals don't determine your gender identity, right? Because
according to Keir Starmer, 99.9% of female dogs don't have a penis. But there we go.
Well, there you go. There you go.
Help. And the problem is, this will all have struck some of those people doing the disciplining as rational, Mr. Menno.
Well, the thing is that one thing that the judge basically told Cambridge County Council is that they now need to sort of re-educate themselves to, be more open to other opinions that are perfectly reasonable opinions. So that's a first, I guess. But it's going to take a while for all these judgments to trickle through into the HR departments, and to have an impact. So we'll see a lot more gender shit hitting the fan. And there is a bit of an animal theme this week because in one school there was some child who identified as a wolf, and that's become a big hoo-ha. I mean, you're joking, right? But I went to Brighton Pride in August this year, and afterwards I saw 3 children crawling around on the grass, and they were about 9 or 10 years old. So I asked them if they were playing a game or something, and they told me they were Therian. Therian means that you identify as some kind of animal, which could be a mythical animal, right? And all three of them had really big furry tails. And the two mums were there, so 3 kids, 2 mums. And one of the mums had made those tails, and they were really like plush, luxurious, bushy tails. It wasn't just like some cheap shit. And they were completely absorbed in their children somehow having a spirit animal inside of them, right? So then I just joked and I said, I think I might be a Black Panther. And they're like, oh, why? And I'm like, well, I really like that song Black Cat by Janet Jackson, you know, it just resonates in a different kind of way. And they sort of took it serious. And what was just disturbing to me about that is I asked one of these children, like, and they're 9-year-olds. So I asked her, when did you first realize that, you know, you had an animal spirit? And she's like, oh, I did a survey online. And I'm like, what? And then she made me do the survey. She had the survey where she brought it up on her iPhone. She gives it to me and she said, do the questions and let's see if you come out as a Black Panther. And some of these questions, like, I don't know who made the survey. The questions were very simplistic. Do you like being in the forest or do you like
Malcolm X,
being
maybe?
on the beach? Well, and one of the questions was, do you think sometimes that you're in the wrong body? So, and obviously this is at Pride. And on the Pride Parade, you have men, puppies, in leather gear and leather dog masks. Now, that's a very different thing from a child playing around on the grass, acting like it's a fox. They're in the same space.
Mr. Menno, I will give you a safe space. Whatever I do next, you are absolute gold dust. Thank you.
Not in an Estonian prison, right?
Well, yeah. Oh, yeah. We have you marked down for there. No, it might be an Estonian animal farm by the sound of it, because Black Panthers are pretty dangerous, and they've got bears in Estonia. But I know exactly I know exactly that the place. There's a very nice forest just by the sea where you might find your true animal self. But it's beautiful to work with you.
Howling at the moon.
Well, no, you just have to be in the Labour cabinet for that. Thank you so much indeed, Mr. Menno. This isn't the end. This is just the beginning and a hiatus. Coming up next, though, I have to get to Tom Harris. It's Free Speech Friday. We're going to race through some stories before, of course, bringing up the final part of my show. Will you, Mad Dog Paul McGowan, and a few words of my own at the very end. All of that with me, Lembit Öpik on TNT. See you in a minute.
Now, TNT Radio News.
Show 'em how it's done.
Let's go.
I got news for you.
News.